Hello, hello, hello.
Hey everyone.
So you're getting Claire and Serena raw today.
Very raw.
Very raw. We are just off of the back of a very busy day of work and we have made a big decision. Huge.
A very hard decision for both of us.
Yes, but a very important decision. So we, as you know, we had a podcast pause not that long ago because we had some stuff going on. But what we didn't tell you is that we are in the midst of working on a huge project right now. We are currently working on the self-study version of the Universal Needs Signature Program. And what that will mean is it's available online anywhere in the world, and it will be available on a sliding scale payment basis, which means that basically you can pay what you can afford to pay, which means you can get access to it no matter your income level. And for obvious reasons, we think this is a really important project. We've had a lot of people requesting this. We've had a lot of people asking for it and a lot of people showing a lot of interest in this. And we've started to do the work on it, and there's a little bit more work involved in it than we thought there was initially.
I started 4 years ago.
Okay, so we've kind of started in earnest. So like we've been working on this.
We're
for
in the
a long
final.
time.
We're in like the final-ish stretches.
Yes. Home-ish stretch.
Yeah.
Maybe we've got a couple of more corners to turn before
We're in
we
our
get
first tester, so
Yes.
it's like legitimate.
Yes, absolutely. And we've now done the first testing, first session testing it, and we're really excited because the feedback's been amazing, and the feedback we've got to improve it and tweak it just that little bit more before it goes live has been phenomenal. But this is the big, getting to the big decision that we've made, is that we realize that we really want to focus all our time and energy on getting this project out and getting this available as quickly as possible. And we basically had a couple of options available to us. We could try to do this at the same time as keeping the podcast going, and
we do wonders for our capacity, I'm
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, not so much. And we would also probably not put out the best podcast, and we may risk doing taking longer to get the self-study available out there. Or we could focus on the podcast because, as you know, we've been kind of we haven't got any in the bank at the moment, so it's not like we can say, okay, we're just going to carry on as always, which we were doing at the end of last year, and in which case the self-study would be pushed back. Or what we've actually come to the conclusion is that the best decision for us right now, and the best decision for everybody who's interested in this body of work, is for us to put a pause to the podcast. It is a pause. We are coming back, that is for sure. But we are going to pause recording the podcast just for a short period of time in order that we can focus all of our energy into getting the self-study ready. Because once we've done the self-study content, we've then got to get it recorded, we've got to get it edited, we've still got a bunch to do before it's ready to go live, and we'll be back with the podcast before that, before too long. And so what we thought we're going to do is what we will be doing over the next several weeks, probably even maybe a few months, is that we are going to pause recording and sharing new podcast episodes, and instead what we're actually going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to put out, if you follow us on our social media, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, what we're going to do is we're going to direct you to our top 20 episodes, the ones that we think are the most important, the ones we've had the most feedback on, the ones that people have said have been the most significant and the most powerful that we've done so far. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see how we go. If we need to use all top 20, then we will do that. We'll start at number 1. Don't worry, we won't do a countdown and then cut it off. So we'll start at number 1, and then we'll...
What was number 1?
Exactly. So we're not going to do that. But if we can get back to podcast recording sooner rather than later, that would be what we would like to do in an ideal world. We may need a little bit longer, depending on how things go. I mean, we're hoping that based on how things are going currently, we should be in a good position sooner rather than later. But we're going to take it, see what our capacity is, see what capacity we have to deliver what we want in terms of the self-study program, and also to make sure that we're still giving you really good quality podcasts. So we'll keep you updated as we go along. What I said, watch our social media. We'll let you know what's happening. You may get a little bonus episode every here and again. You never know. So watch this space. We'll see how it goes. But as I said, Serena said, this is a really difficult decision for us to make because we love love podcasting. We love the response we get from podcasting. We know that there's a lot of people who really enjoy the podcast, and we don't want to stop that, but we really do feel like this is the best decision in terms of prioritizing our time and energy. And once the self-study is ready to go live, we will be back to podcasting with a bang, and there'll be a lot more podcasts, I'm sure, that will actually be influenced by the content in the program and vice versa.
And if you enjoy following us and you enjoy our podcast, the program,
yes,
like I mean, I know it's our program we did the work on, but like we still go through it and we're like, look at all of
this is so good.
this. And we are so excited to share it with you. So like, stay tuned. We promise we have amazing things coming, and
we have people who've been through the program already who cannot wait to go through it again, because it is a brand new program.
Totally new.
It is, like, I mean, as Serena said, like, it's even kind of new based on what it was like a month ago, even, because we've added so much new content. But based on like a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, not recognizable as the same project. We still have a plan. I think that part of our celebration of completing the self-study content will be Serena and me and a bottle of wine going back and looking at the very, very first version.
Bottle of wine.
Like a couple of bottles of wine, because it's going to be a bit different. I know that, and there's going to be some things that will horrify us in there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking forward to that celebration, and I'm sure we'll be sharing about that when we get to that point. But for now, just thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this community. We will still be posting the Nourish Your Needs group between now and then. We'll still be posting on our social media. We will update you as and when we can. And yeah, watch this. Like, we're so excited. Like, as we've been going through the content, I keep going, I'm so excited to get this out in the world, because there is nothing out there like this, and I know how much this helps people. We've seen it with clients over and over and over again. We know the difference this makes to people's lives. So the fact that we're going to be in a position sooner or rather than later where anyone can get access to this, no matter what their situation, is super exciting.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much.
Anything you want to add before we finish up?
Of course there was something, and now it's
Bye.
somewhere else. But yeah, no.
If necessary.
I know what it was.
Yay!
Look at me remembering. As Claire said, we're still going to be posting. We'll still be on social media. Still, don't hesitate to reach out if you need something, if you have questions, if you have suggestions, if you come across something you're like, there needs to be a podcast on this. Reach out to us. We're still here. We're just focused on a big project
right now. And if you, I mean, obviously we're going to be collecting requests and suggestions for podcast recording, podcast episodes we want to record during this period of time. So if you've got any ideas, that this is the perfect time to send them to us. So as soon as we get back to it, we'll get those recorded as quickly as possible. So anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
That's it. We're good. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please follow our progress. We will be updating on social media and let you know how we're getting on with things. And but we'll be back hopefully sooner rather than later. And between now and then, we want you to stay safe, to take care, and to continue to meet your own needs. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye, friends.